Hey everybody, welcome back to JT Channel and welcome to my picks and predictions. I might have called them pricks in a recent attempt at this video. And a couple of housekeeping things before I start. First things first, if you're actually watching this, I'm not trying to hide Angelo Dawkins with my head. This is just where I'm sitting. I couldn't find a good background, a good video of the Wyatts and the Street Profits face-to-face, so I just picked this shot from SmackDown. So apologies for that. The other thing, this is housekeeping. I have to talk about this, so bear with me for a couple minutes because this very well may be my last picks and predictions. Now, it's not because like the channel's going away or anything like that. I have 142 subscribers. My wrestling videos do the best, I think. My picks and predictions, my wrestling discussions, my reviews. But it has to do with the ESPN deal. And some of you probably saw that coming as soon as I said this might be my last one. When I did the all-in predictions earlier this year, by the time I did that video, I think I had ordered the pay-per-view. The cats are fighting against my thing. But before I did the picture predictions, I had said I'm going to do them regardless if we get to watch the show or not. I got to watch the show, thank goodness. I never had time to do the review, which I'm so sorry for. Or did I? I don't remember. I got too much going on. Anyway, the point is, I don't want to do picks and predictions if I'm not going to watch the show. That's wrong, because if I'm going to pick and predict the show, I should review it, right? That's the issue here. Originally, the deal for ESPN was supposed to start in January, probably with the Royal Rumble, blah, blah, blah. But then it came through that WWE has already fulfilled their obligation with Peacock. I don't know what that means. I don't know if they did a certain number of shows or a certain amount of money. I don't care. But the point is, I think I'm a little off center here, that this is the last one, I think. Unless I'm mistaken, the next show, WrestlePalooza, special event, Indianapolis, is going to start on ESPN. It's the first ESPN show, and I don't think it's a one-time thing. I think that it's the beginning of the ESPN deal, which means that now it's going to cost $30 a month to watch PLEs. There is some confusion on the people that already have like the ESPN, Hulu, Disney deal, or the people that already have ESPN Plus. I'm here to tell you, you still have to pay $30 a month. I have done all the research I can. I've seen a few of my friends that I trained with being like, oh, well, I already have ESPN. And then I go into the comments and people have told them, no, you have to upgrade to get this. There are some deals where you don't have to upgrade, I guess, from what I've heard. But here's the thing. I don't want the ESPN app for any reason whatsoever. I don't want the ESPN Hulu Disney deal. I will not get the ESPN app. I don't watch sports. It's just that simple. I did when I was younger. I have a whole video about this. I did a video about this already. But I have no interest in that app, in that whatever. There's nothing on it for me except wrestling, and I'm not paying $30 a month for it. Now, if I was buying every single AEW show, which is $50 to $60 a month, not every month, it's close to though, then yeah, I could see that being hypocritical, but I don't. I don't spend money on AEW shows, so why would I spend $30 a month on an app that I have no interest in? So, I guess the point is, I'm going to do picture predictions for Clash in Paris. I'm going to review Clash in Paris. I do not know what the future holds for this series here. I am working on getting another job, which if you go and watch my Time to Finally Explain Everything video, I explain that that's part of what's going on in my life is I'm looking for another job. If I get a good paying job and I have a bunch of extra money just floating around, maybe I'll start watching more pay-per-views again. And yes, I can already hear you guys screaming those three letters, not RKO, thank God. VPN. Getting a VPN, it's not hard. It's not what I'm trying to say, but it's a whole process in and of itself. Signing up for Nord and even getting a few months free, eventually you have to pay for it. So I'm paying for a VPN, and I'm paying for pay-per-views, and I'm paying for this, and I'm paying... The damn capitalism is running absolutely wild, brother, here in the States. So if I get a VPN and get Netflix on a VPN, it'll be a lot easier because I think everything runs on Netflix in other countries, especially like the UK and stuff. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but let's just get through this weekend. and then we'll see what's next. And the cats are once again on this. So 5 minutes into the video, if you're still watching, let's talk about it. First match I have up, of course, is the Wyatts and the Street Profits for the tag team titles. This is pretty simple for me, and I don't mean to undermine the Street Profits whatsoever. It's going to be a really good match. It'll be them against Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. But I'm picking the Wyatt 6, and I'm predicting the Wyatt 6. I'm picking them because I think I will always pick them. There's a huge bias towards the Wyatt 6, I think, from everybody, and that's okay. But also, I believe that if they're going to lose the tag team titles, that it should be on a bigger show. It's nothing against the crowd or the show itself or Paris, France. It's a Clash show, right? It's not one of their big events. So the Wyatts won the titles, I think, on a SmackDown, and then they defended them in that insane TLC match, probably the craziest ladder match I've ever seen, honestly, at SummerSlam, first ever two-night SummerSlam, and that surprised me. So if you're going to take the titles off them, it needs to be a big event. It needs to be like a good build-up, not just a #1 contenders match on SmackDown, not even featuring the winningest tag team on SmackDown, Andrade and Phoenix. Like, where have they even been? So I'm picking the Wyatt 6, and then everything I just said is why I'm predicting the Wyatt 6. It just doesn't seem like the time, and now we've got the storyline going on where Bo Dallas, as himself, not as Uncle Howdy, is like trying to drive wedges between the teams. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a while before the Wyatts lose the titles, I think. I also, in another attempt when I was trying to make this video, because I always do multiple takes, I also mentioned there, and I'll mention it here, that I also think the title change was saved for SmackDown. Sami Zayn winning the U.S. title. WWE handed us a massive title change in another country, and it was Sami Zayn. So I wouldn't be surprised if no titles change hands. Not to spoil my reviews, but let's all be honest here. But for this matchup, I'm picking and predicting the Wyatt 6. Alright, up next is the Tribal Chief against the Tribal Thief. It's Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed. I am very excited for this match for a multitude of reasons. It's really cool to see Bronson Reed in this position. Roman is still seen as a super, super high level caliber star in WWE because of how long he held the belt. He'll always be like a main eventer. So having Bronson Reed against him, awesome stuff. I mentioned in past videos, well, maybe not in past videos, but sorry, I'm all over the place this morning. Point is, I'm trying to get to here, I didn't think Roman was going to be back just yet, but I'm happy he is. Maybe I'm stupid. I genuinely thought he was going to be gone for a few months. He was only gone for like a month or a few weeks, and it was a surprise to me to see him back. This is a good feud for both men. It's just going to be a really good match, you know. I'll talk about something else here in a second as far as Braun Breaker goes. But as far as my pick and predictions go, I'm going to say Roman Reigns for both. I'm not saying Bronson can't win this match. It just doesn't seem like it's the time for Bronson to beat Roman. Because this is a huge match. Like, when you look at the, like I said, the caliber of star that Roman Reigns is, and what we're doing with Bronson Reed, building him up to that kind of level, being with the Vision. So, very excited for this. But I just think either direction, pick or prediction, just makes sense for Roman to win. I don't think Bronson needs to win. He could lose, and it's not going to do anything to his star power at the moment. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about with this match is, obviously Braun Breaker's probably going to try to get involved. My question there is, what do we do with it? Do we just have Roman annihilate both guys and show that he's still, you know, the guy? Or does Jey Uso run out and help, and that hurts him in the long run in the world title match? See, I think that's a good question. I don't see LA Knight or CM Punk getting involved, but they could. You could have all the guys, all three of the guys that are challenging for the world title, interfere in this match and all get, like, beat up or beat each other up while they're taking out Braun Breaker. It would be a cool, kind of cheap, I guess, way, but storyline-wise, it would make sense. for all the guys to come into the main event, which I assume it's the main event. I don't know for sure, to be honest. But for the main event match, for all three of them to be like, man, I got beat up earlier. What was I doing? But at least Jey Uso could screw himself up by coming out to help Roman. Makes a lot of sense to me. So we'll see what happens for sure, but I'm picking and predicting Roman Reigns for this matchup. If Bronson Reed wins, it'll be great. I won't mind it. I just do not think it's quite time for him to beat Roman Reigns. All right, next up, Women's Intercontinental Champion. Once again, I'm in the way of somebody. That's Nikki Bella behind me. The championship's on the line. Becky Lynch defends against Nikki Bella. This is definitely one of the ones that, again, kind of seems obvious. But I'm going to say this. I am picking and predicting Becky Lynch. We'll get to that in a second. But I would not mind a title change here. However, I don't think that's the direction we're going. I do think Nikki Bella is a temporary, momentary blip feud. I don't want to... That sounds mean. I don't think that Nikki Bella's going to take the title off Becky because I think we're still building to something with Lyra Valkyria. I know she lost that match where she can't challenge Becky as long as she's champion. I think this Bayley, her losing her mind, is going to lead eventually down the line to a match with Becky. Bayley will beat Becky, and then Lyra can challenge for the title again. And that's how Lyra will win the title back. As far as this match goes, I'm picking Becky Lynch because I will almost always pick Becky Lynch. And I'm predicting Becky Lynch for the reasons I just laid out. I think that we're heading to a storyline where Becky loses the belt to Bayley specifically, and then Lyra is like, cool, I go for the belt again, and either we get a triple threat match out of it or something, and Lyra will eventually win the title back. Again, I don't know when that will happen for sure, but that is what I think. That's pretty much it for that one. I don't really know what else to say. I'm trying to talk about the storylines and futures for all this. I don't know what Nikki Bella does after this. I think she's on a temporary schedule. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but we'll see what happens. But I do believe Becky Lynch will retain. Sheamus and Rusev are going to have a good old-fashioned Donnybrook, and that's the only time I'm going to say that. It's a street fight with a bunch of Irish crap around the ring. I am really looking forward to this, maybe more than any other match on the card, just because every time these two get in the ring, they just punch each other. Elbows, forearms, headbutts. They just hit each other as hard as they can with every part of their body that they can swing, and now they're going to be able to swing some weapons. So this will be fun. It'll be the car crash match of the night, the plunder brawl. There'll be barrels and a little bar set up and whiskey bottles or other alcohol, whatever. Kendo sticks, shillelaghs, you know the drill. They'll beat the hell out of each other. My pick for this match is Rusev. My prediction for this match is Sheamus. I'm picking Rusev because I still don't think we quite capitalized on his return. I don't like his new music. I think he should have had his old music. I think that would have gotten a better reaction from the crowd. And I stood by this since after WrestleMania. I didn't like him jumping into a feud where he's just going to beat up the Alpha Academy. I do like how we established that Sheamus was friends with the Alpha Academy well beforehand. So that's how we got to this feud. But this is a high caliber feud. I'm not trying to down it at all. I've loved every fight, match, brawl they've had. But I do think, in my opinion, Rusev should win. One, because I don't think Sheamus has lost to Donnybrook. Can't believe I had to say it again. But also because I want Rusev to keep climbing that ladder. Rusev deserves so much better this time around. Remember when Vince McMahon fumbled Rusev Day? Let's not do that again. Prediction-wise, like I said, Sheamus has never lost one of these matches. They're his signature match. And it wouldn't surprise me if WWE has him continue this on. Look, this is my match. I'm never going to lose it. It'll be good. It's probably my most anticipated match of the night in the fact that I don't actually know who's going to win. And I think it's just going to be fun to watch. But I'm picking Rusev and predicting Sheamus. All right, on to the match that could be seen as one of the two main events, if you really wanted to. I know people are already getting mad at me for saying that because that fucker's in it. But it is John Cena versus Logan Paul. this is kind of awesome in my opinion because you go all the way back to when him and Logan Paul were like teaming together when Cena was a heel, and now we've kind of come full circle where Logan Paul's like, oh, you're a babyface again, you suck. And now John Cena is being fucking John Cena. I don't know what else to tell you. This is the absolute best version we could have ever gotten for John Cena's final run. A small rant, or small little side note here. I absolutely loved John Cena's heel turn. I know he didn't capitalize on the Rock stuff. I know Travis Scott was a gigantic waste of space. But I loved his promos. I loved his heel antics. I loved all of it. I really did. But I am very happy with the babyface John Cena run now. This is what he'll do for the rest of the run. Everybody is really happy with it. But this is a really good like clash, I think. Now that Logan can just be the heel and John can just be the babyface. It'll be a good match. We'll have lots of close calls. I do not think Logan Paul is winning. I am picking and predicting John Cena, which I'll admit at one point in my life I was in the whole, on the Cena sucks side of the let's go Cena sucks chance. I got tired of him too, but he's entered that upper echelon where he's one of the greatest of all time. He's retiring in December. I would be flabbergasted, shocked, bamboozled, hornswoggled if John Cena wasn't the first name in the 2026 Hall of Fame. If he's not, it's because WWE knows we're all expecting that, so they're going to try to blindside us with a different name. I don't know, maybe Victoria. Sorry, different conversation for a different day. But with all that said, I'm picking John Cena because it doesn't make any sense for him to lose right now, and I'm predicting John Cena because WWE knows it doesn't make any sense for him to lose right now. It will be a good match. That's the one thing that... Excuse me. Weather's been changing like crazy in Tennessee. My allergies are nuts right now. What was I saying? Oh, it'll be a good match. A lot of people think that Logan Paul can't wrestle, which is just dumb. Like, it's just a really dumb statement to me. Logan Paul can wrestle. I don't like Logan Paul as a person any more than you guys do. I still drink Prime, but that's besides the point. But he's a really good wrestler. He does all the springboards and the stuff, and the pulverizer. That move is nuts. Okay, I can't even remember what it actually is, but it looks great. I don't know if he'll hit it on John Cena. He should. John Cena should let him hit the pulverizer. He should also do the buckshot. I love it when he does the buckshot. There'll be some really good spots in this match. Logan will kick out of probably 2 AAs. So people can go, oh no, he's going to lose. And then he'll hit a 3rd AA and win. So, picking and predicting John Cena. This match should not be the main event. But I have a weird feeling that WWE might be weighing their options with it. So, we'll see. The match that I believe will be and should be the main event, as I try not to cover CM Punk here. Fatal 4-way match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth freaking Rollins, Jey Uso, CM Punk, LA Knight. Oh boy. If you've been watching my channel long enough, you know that 99% of the time when that man, CM Punk, is in a matchup, I usually pick him. And that is 100% bias. I have never been shy about the fact that I'm a CM Punk fan. I have told you guys many times, if you hate CM Punk, if you're one of those guys that just hates him for just existing, like you hate the fact that he breathes air, you don't belong here, shoo, get off my channel, see you later. But, with that being said, for this matchup, the picking part is kind of hard. Because, while I want to pick CM Punk, just as the bias continues, I also don't think that's the right move to make. Usually when I pick people, it's based on a feeling. It's like, who do I want to win? Whereas the prediction is, who do I think is going to win? Like, for example, I'm predicting that for this matchup, Seth Rollins is going to retain. No matter what Roman Reigns does to Bronson Reed is going to get involved. Rob Breaker's going to get involved. And then Roman Reigns is going to come out. And then, I don't know, that's pretty much it. Maybe someone else will get involved. I have no clue. This match is going to be an absolute shenanigan mess. Because it's a Fatal 4-Way. There are no rules in a Fatal 4-Way. I keep trying to think, because before this video, I hadn't picked anybody. I was just going to say, I don't know. I can't really pick either person. Or any of the guys. Pick-wise, I think I am going to stick with my norm. I'm sorry. I know it's boring. I am going to pick CM Punk. Once again, I just love the guy. I'm a huge CM Punk fan. I always have been. I always will be. I know he's controversial. It's just who I am. But I am predicting Seth freaking Rollins retains. I'm guessing, like I said, everybody gets involved. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Roman Reigns. There's spears and splashes and GTSs and BFTs. In the end, somebody's going to do something stupid that's going to lead to Seth hitting a stomp and getting to 1, 2, 3. Probably on CM Punk, just because that's the forever feud right there. And then maybe we can move into something else with, I feel like these two. I feel like Seth, or not Seth, God. I'm sorry. LA Knight and CM Punk, I think, could go into a little side feud. I think that'd be cool. I think it'd be good for LA Knight to be in a feud with someone like that, like a large caliber superstar. But yeah, I think that, I don't know what Jey Uso would do. That's my only issue with this, is that if Seth Rollins wins, what do we do with all three of these guys? Like, do we start building to War Games? I guess we could start building to War Games, but we'll see. My biggest prediction for this matchup is all the shenanigans. We're going to get everybody, maybe some weapons. I don't know. But we'll see. I know I'm saying a lot. I just want to make sure that I'm sure about this. And I am. I'm picking CM Punk just because I'm a CM Punk fan. And I want to make some of these. Most of these, my pick and prediction have been the same. But I at least want some variety. If you don't want variety, go watch somebody else. I'm picking CM Punk, and I'm predicting Seth freaking Rollins. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. I apologize if this seemed kind of all over the place, and I seem kind of out of it. I've been very busy. If you watch my explaining everything video, you'll know I've been busy. But I wanted to get this out there. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. I will make sure to review the show. As of right now, I should be able to watch it live. If I'm not able to, I'll get to it. And I'll get the review out. Again, after that, after I review Clash in Paris, I do not know what the future holds. I will let you know once I know, but I will promise you this much. I will not pick and predict a show that I won't be able to review. Okay? That's kind of the scare that happened with AEW's All In, is I was picking and predicting it regardless, and then right before I made the picks and predictions video, I was able to purchase it so I could watch it. Not going to do that again unless I am sure. Until next time, enjoy Clash in Paris. This has been my picture. I don't know what the fuck that outro was. This is JT Channel. I am JT. I'm so sorry for the quality of this video, and I will see you in the next one.